Hello everyone, I am eljefe99, otherwise known as Hefe, otherwise known as Jeff. This is Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, 90% beginner. I've been playing this game since 2013, basically when it first came out. I started running it, and I've been running it ever since. So I'm ready to go. So we're gonna pick difficulty and stuff. So 3, 2, 1, go. This game has been through a lot over the last couple years. I don't even know where to begin, really. This is obviously staff. If you've ever seen Kingdom Hearts 1 or whatever, we're gonna pick the staff, and I'm gonna get into any of that. But I guess I can explain kind of how I got into speedrunning and how I got into the scene. And it started back in 2012 summer. I was looking for something to do, and I just decided, why not? You know, pick up Kingdom Hearts. I had no idea you could speed on it. Picked it up, picked up Kingdom Hearts 2, and then this game came out, and this is really the first game that I took seriously, that I wanted to get a good time in and actually try and be a legitimate runner of the series. So I currently have a time of 2:16:05, which is the fastest time on the leaderboards on the English version. I am playing on the English version because it's the only version I have, and I have never bothered to get the Japanese version because I don't really care. I mean, I care to get a good time, but I don't care about going absolutely world record wise. So this is the fastest version of Kingdom Hearts 1, non-arbitrary, obviously. And this game goes through phases. This is probably the one game that goes through the most phases ever. One point it's the most popular game ever, and then the next point it's like 2 people running it. So this is a good game. It's a great casual game. It's a great speedrun. You know, it's not too hard to get into. It's one of those easy to learn, hard to master games. And if you ever ask me what my choice is, when you ask me what should I start off of in Kingdom Hearts 1, or just Kingdom Hearts, is Kingdom Hearts 1 beginner. Because it's the quickest, one of the quickest. Doesn't have too much RNG. Obviously, there was one point, you know, that I've given up trying to care about because it's not fun. World record holder right now, C.A. Templeton, 2:09:53. Absolute beast at this game. So he's just insane. So we're gonna start right here. Picking dream weapons. The sword, or the staff, excuse me. Staff is the fastest because it gives us pretty decent stats and it gives us an extra magic. Magic is really good in Kingdom Hearts 1 as it's one of our only useful abilities in the game. There's no like dry forms or, you know, other things that they started introducing later into the Kingdom Hearts series. So we're picking the staff, dropping the shield. I'm also playing on the PlayStation 4 version. So here's Shadows, pretty basic fights. They're bad, but we gotta fight them. See if I get the, yep, nice, jump, perfect. That was really clean. So this is the tutorial. We're just learning to attack and using the action buttons, triangle to examine things, and open chests and various other things throughout the series. Destroy this box, get that potion. Try to destroy this barrel. That's good. Get that jump. So this is pretty good so far. And we're running into Final Fantasy characters, Waka, Titus, and Selphie. And we're gonna enter these pretty specifically. We want the Dawn route, so the fastest leveling up. But we want to pick top for Waka, top for Titus, and the second for Selphie, because it still gets us the Dawn route, and it has the least amount of text for the English version. So this is probably the worst part of this first section. Wow, that was really, really good. Oh my god. So that's shadows, and that usually doesn't go out well. That was really good. This is also the benefit to playing on beginner mode. First, I'm going to change the camera. I don't like this game, or this version's default camera, so I invert it. And we get 8 power-ups, 8 defense ups, and 4 AP ups. We're going to save the AP ups to sell later, but the defense ups and the power-ups help us a lot early game, and we don't have to go out of our way to kill a lot of things in the game to, you know, get levels quickly. Dark Side, pretty simple boss. And I almost just split. So, very good stuff. And we're out of Dive to the Heart. And now we're in Destiny Islands. This is pretty much a fetch quest, place, level, world, whatever you want to call it. I still consider this the tutorial, because you're really not, you know, you're kind of still tied to, you know, this area. So we're picking up a couple logs. Ooh, that was good, nice. A rope, a cloth, and these are all materials to make this raft. That's all we can carry. Want to make. And if you'd like, you can fight the Final Fantasy characters on the island. We obviously are not going to do that, but obviously a lot of people casually will do that. It gives you some potions and some decent experience early in the game. I also take this water out. There's not much of a difference. I think it's a tenth of a second. So picked up everything for Kyrie, and I don't need to do anything else because I know exactly what I need. So we get a high potion. That's going to be sold later in the game. It goes straight into our inventory. And now this is kind of some downtime, you know, going through cutscenes. Obviously this game loads very quickly, being on the PS4 version. So we're already here in day 2. So now we're gonna collect some fish, some mushrooms, a coconut, some coconuts, and a seagull egg. And hopefully the coconuts are nice to us today. And as day one, you can fight Titus, Selphie, and Waka again. So here's the secret place. Here's this mushroom. This mushroom is really dumb. Okay, good. It was nice today. That mushroom can be very frustrating. I don't know what happened, but this version does not like that mushroom. So you see me do a lot of, you know, pretty optimal movement. I jump when I need to, and I don't, you know, I try to take my movement nicely. So this is Riku and Soroga in a race. We would like to win this race so we can get an item that we can sell later for some money. This is a fairly simple, fairly straightforward race, which means I'm probably going to lose it. I've lost it once in my entire life, and I was in a race with Dessa. I think I lost it and then he lost it. I can't remember. One of us lost it and then the other one lost it. So zipline is the fastest way to go, and of course I get that animation. That's okay. Gonna be a little bit slow. Yeah. I'm gonna take the trees back. Never mind. Wow, this is really bad. I might lose this. There's an item that I can pick up later if I need to. Oh, good lord. I lost it. Oh boy, let's go. Are you guys ready for 2.5 hours of fun? Awesome. Alright, I think there's an item that I can pick up in Travis Town. Big comma. I shouldn't have said anything. See, I knew I was gonna say something, and then I deserve that. I deserve all of that for losing. Just give me good coconuts. Oh my goodness. Are you okay? Thank you. Yeah, I deserve it. Alright. Oh, and drinking water. I forgot drinking water. It's not like a big deal. I can pick up some items later if I need to. But yeah, that's karma. I totally deserve it. Well, this one was like pretty good. Oh well. Not a big deal. I knew it as soon as I said it. I was like, man, I'm probably gonna lose this race. And the funny thing is, I've actually like done that race while like halfway, you know, muscle memory, paying attention, and I've won it. I should have just straight up not try to jump on the way back to the on the trees. I should have just jumped off and continued. So yeah, that can happen sometimes. This game, obviously, even though it is a remake or a port, it is still, I know, it is still very clunky. It is still feels like a 2002 game. It's just a little bit cleaner because they finally fixed some of the big problems with this game's control scheme. So that's like, it's still a clunky game. Platforming is still a mess. But I'm so happy they haven't bothered with. I don't want them to bother with this game. I think it's fine the way it is. I don't want like an Unreal Engine for this game. So here we are, the island's being destroyed, and we're gonna fight Darkseid 2. Another very easy boss. I mean, a lot of the bosses early on, super easy. One, because we're on beginner, and two, because we have 8 more strength than we're supposed to. So this takes 6 combos and then 1 hit. Not bad. Okay, so we're out of Destiny Islands, and this is where I kind of say that the game begins. As we're allowed to like explore more than just like maybe 1 or 2 areas. So this is Travis Town, place that people get sent off to when their homes are destroyed, and so Sora has now landed in this place because Destiny Islands, his home, has been destroyed. they want you to explore the town, but that the way they do that is you kill 5 shadows and then go to the accessory shop and talk to Sid. So we're gonna kill 5 shadows here. Ow. Okay, that's pretty good. 4 there is not too bad, and I have to remember to pick up an item. I'm just gonna pick up the one here. I still might have to sell some stuff because I don't know how much this is. I think this is also a putty stone. It could be wrong. It's a methyl shot. That's fine. Okay, I think I should be good. Kind of sloppy Leon, but been nice if he jumped at me, but random what he does. So this is a Final Mix exclusive cutscene, and for some reason you can't skip it until Riku's eyes open. So well, I couldn't skip it right away. So in these cutscenes, we're kind of learning about the Keyblade and the Heartless and Ansem, and why Sora is being attacked by the Heartless. Gotta talk to Leon here. And now we are on our way to God Armor. But first, we gotta kill 3 soldiers. I'm just calling them shadows. And if it's nice, good. And that's it. That's all we have to do. That's all the out of the way grinding we have to do. All other experience will come from forced fights or boss fights, because Kingdom Hearts 1 gives you levels for boss fights, and except for other games where they don't. That was pretty good. So here's God Armor. I'm gonna try to stun him there and just wail on him. There's really no strategy to this fight except just hammer him till all of his parts explode and he's done. Oops, that's a mistake. So we're done with the first world, but since this is the English version, we're going to do an English exclusive glitch that allows us to get Simba early, but unfortunately we can't use him early. Even though it might be useful, it really isn't useful. There isn't a lot of mob fights, and if there aren't a lot of enemies in those fights. The thing with Simba is he's really good crowd control, so he's good for a lot of enemies. So the fights that you see us using them in have multiple waves, and multiple waves that can be pretty annoying. So we got Fire, our first magic, and Dodge Roll, pretty good ability, and a good movement ability as well. So we're gonna take the ether from Goofy as he has one, put Brave Warrior over the ribbon, and equip Dodge Roll. Instead of leaving the world, we're going to go to the waterway area and get Simba here. So yeah, KH1 obviously does not have a lot of movement. It is pretty much Dodge Roll and running for probably 70% of the game, I would say. And then the other is dodge rolling and gliding, and then super gliding at the end. So that is the glitch. All you have to do is hold your left stick forward and you clip in to it, and you get these 2 text boxes, which casually you're supposed to see after you complete the first circle of worlds, because they're talking about like the keyholes and the keyblade and gummy blocks that you're getting throughout the worlds. And so here you have to talk to Leon twice. Remember to talk to Leon twice, and you get Simba. And then we are going to the Magician's Study, as that's just a I mean, we could go either out of the world or open the keyhole, but most players choose to go to Magician's Study if they do this game, or if they play this game version, I should say. But either way, you are getting out of the world. You just have to see an extra cutscene and have to mash a couple extra text boxes. But that's things that you don't have to do later when you come back here. So these rocks are pretty annoying. So this is the Magician's Study. We're gonna come back here a couple of times throughout the game, as we need some of the summons that you get throughout the game. So this was kind of vacant, and the Merlin, I don't know why I said but Merlin takes his, you know, tools out and creates a little house for Sora and Donald and Goofy, who we just met, to visit. Donald and Goofy were on their way to find the Keyblade wielder, and Sora was there, so they team up with Sora. And there's a fairy godmother. We're gonna be talking to her a couple times, and we are out of here. So KH1 and KH2 and KH3, really. Most of the main series KH games are known for gummy ship travel, and this is probably my favorite of the three, mostly because we get to make this gummy ship. The tissue box. So the way the KH1's gummy missions speed up is how little blocks you have. So the amount of blocks that are smaller, the faster it goes. So this has 2 blocks, so it's gonna go faster than the other one, which I think has like 37 blocks. I don't know the exact amount, but it has about 30 blocks. And so even though we have to go into these menus to put on the gummy pieces, it ends up saving time because of how fast the gummy ship's going to be going. So this is the first gummy mission. These are pretty boring. They're auto-scrollers, and the only way we get them move faster than them is when we get certain gummy pieces. So this game is very interesting. Almost all the Kingdom Hearts games have some interesting levels and the way you get around them. So KH2 has its fair share of skippable worlds, and this game does too. You can skip all of Olympus Coliseum, all of Atlantica, and all of 100 Acre Wood. So excuse me. The worlds we're going to be going here are Wonderland, here first, Deep Jungle, and then back to Traverse Town, and completely skip Olympus Coliseum because it's pretty worthless. It gives you Thunder, which is pretty nice, but since Blizzard's a pretty good spell already, we really don't need Thunder. And since the damage output on beginner with the power-ups is so good, there's no reason to get Thunder. The only reason you would need Thunder is if your damage output is not good, like a level 1. So I talk to the doorknob, push the bed, in and then drink the potion. It's just, I like that way. So on to a semi-force fight, I would say. There's a couple ways you can do this. One way is kill all these enemies right here. Another way is just straight up dodge roll away from them and despawn them. But since we have 3 MP, we're going to kill these guys. Because it takes 1 fire to take them out. That movement, like trying to despawn them, was mainly, excuse me, goodness, I cannot speak today. Mainly a 2 MP strat when we were walking 2 MP. Because you couldn't kill everything with 2 MP. So this is almost impossible to tell on 60 FPS. At least it is for me. I cannot tell the soldier, so I always pick the same box every time. I got the soldier. So this is Crank Tower. This fight's kind of weird. So the way this fight works is when the Cranks are still there, you have to slowly do your combos, and then when the Cranks are dead, you want to speed up your combos. It's the only fight in the game that's that way, and I really don't know why, but it is the way it is. So that was really clean. I was able to lock on to the tower fairly quickly, which is pretty difficult. So we found out in some cutscenes that Alice has gone missing, and we need to find her. So we need to go through the Tea Party Garden, and then light some candles in the Bazaar Room, and then head back to the Bazaar Room and fight Trickmaster. So there is a dodge roll that you can do here between these two. I am bad and I find it pretty difficult, so I just jump. A little more consistent. So this movement is pretty specific as the floor is lava, and anytime you touch the purple floor, enemies spawn. So we make it so our movement opens that hatch before the enemies, or as the enemies are spawning, but before the red command menu appears. So here's Trickmaster. This is a pretty interesting fight. We used to have to use the chair, but we found out that you can actually defeat him without using the chair. Sora's apex of the jump swing is just high enough that he can attack Trickmaster. And why is he doing this? He's never done that before. Okay, he usually... I guess my attacks were just slow. Okay, can you not, sir? Okay, I've never seen him go... Okay. You know what? You know what? Thank you. Okay, that was pretty bad. I've never seen him go... He's not supposed to go to the stove. I don't know. I guess since I clanked earlier, that was a weird fight. His hitbox is pretty bad. So that's the end of Wonderland. These worlds are pretty quick. Early game especially, because we're doing so much damage. Even though we're not like a super high level, we're still doing way more damage than we usually would do, like if we're not using those or we're playing like standard or proud. So on to the next world, Deep Jungle. I consider this the worst of the two worlds. Well, of Wonderland and Deep Jungle, because I think the fights are a lot worse. in my opinion, because Wonderland is so short, and Deep Jungle is a little bit longer and has a little more fights. I consider this the so, you know, it's really player preference. I mean, obviously some people hate Deep Jungle. Oh, I mean, excuse me, hate Wonderland, and for some reason like Deep Jungle. I just hate it because it's more things that could potentially screw you. Overall, the fights themselves can be pretty tough. So as you can see, I don't put a gun on. Hypothetically, you can choose never to put a gun on. I do it just to play it safe because you could die at the end of the game, but it is possible to do the fight or do the gummy missions without a gun. I'm pretty lazy when I'm doing my runs, so I put it on just so I don't have to think in the gummy missions. So this is a pretty common. I guess it's less common than normal, but these are just some text boxes that we have to mash through. Basically, anytime we approach a world, sometimes Donald, Goofy, and so I don't know why I said that. So Donald, Goofy will engage in conversation before they enter the world. Like, for example, we don't go to this world, but in Atlantica, if you... Are you serious? If you... you know, enter the world, Donald... Oh, so will say something, we're gonna drown, because obviously, you know, they're not gonna make it with what they have on. And Donald says, I can use magic to... you know, get us to swim down there, stuff like that. So that was the bull one. The bull is a really bad fight. Treasure magnet right there. I've gone back and forth with treasure magnet. I think it's on for good now. But yeah, so bull was a really bad fight. I guess I never really brought it up, but air combos in this game are way better than ground combos because they take less time to recover. Like, if you do a ground finisher, it takes way more time to recover Sora than if you do like an air combo finisher. So we try to do a lot of air combo finishers if we can, but sometimes that results in enemies getting away from us because they aren't designed to be comboed in the air. So we just got the slides and we need to examine this. And you saw that I didn't bother with my party system. Now you could put Goofy in there, or you could keep Tarzan in, but when you leave the world, like I'm going to right now, because of the PlayStation 4 slow times, you go back to the default party. So there's really no reason to keep Tarzan in the party, because Goofy will just appear in the party. So you see that a couple times. Like, I might need like Donald in the party, and maybe like Aladdin has joined us. I'm not going to bother switching the characters because I know I have a save point coming up that I can switch out of, or whatever the case may be. So this is a kind of fetch questy world. I don't know what I said there, but there's fetch quests. So we gotta move from one point to another and then kind of move around the world. And since I've played this game 1,000 times, I know exactly where I need to go. So upcoming are the Power Wilds fights. There are 5, and pretty much all of them are really bad. I don't think I enjoy one of them. So here we are. See how this goes. If you watch the cutscene, oh, nice job, Donald. If you watch the cutscene, those the Power Wilds are in the same spot, but if you don't watch it, they're kind of random. So that was pretty decent. And so we're going to save warp again back to the save point we hit earlier and continue on. Save warping is really good in the PS4 version because of the load times. Nice, a power shot. That doesn't matter. I'm gonna throw the ether here because I'm out of MP. I rather, you know, do a combination of attacks and magic. Okay, that was pretty decent. That one can be pretty bad. So we're on our way to the 4th of the 5th. Oh, nice job. I don't exactly know what happened. Okay, that was kind of all over the place, but we got through it. Here's the final one. Ah, my button, my hands fat fingered, Jesus. Oh my goodness. This is what I'm talking about. Why I do not like these fights. So we're done with that, and now we're headed to Spore 2, but first, I'm gonna hit that save point. Because we need to go to the end of the tent anyways to activate this cutscene, and then we're gonna go back to where we fought the final Power Wilds and attack Sabor. I like this strat, of course it didn't work. This piece of garbage is being annoying, but we got through it. The good strat, or the strat I was trying to do, is dodge roll to the back and fire Sabor until you're out of MP, and then just attack. We also got a 4th MP block there. And so this is the only time we actually do this in this category, this little mini game. We just open it and quit, because even though we probably could get up to this area by using the save point, you actually trigger a cutscene in the tent if you go in there after Sabor 2. So we do that mini game and go up the way we pretty much went up almost every time before save warping became a thing. So that was the Black Fruit. It takes 15 Keyblade Swings. No more, no less. So we're coming up to the final fight of the World, Stealth Snake, and Clayton. That fight takes 5 Keyblade Swings if Donald shoots a fire, and 6 if he doesn't. Oh my goodness. Well, oh my jumping is questionable right now. So that was really bad, but Peso? I have absolutely no idea what is happening right now. Dude, I have no idea what is going on. Can you please? This is kind of what happens. This game can be pretty trolly if you're not careful. Okay. So, we're not having this. Okay, that was just absolutely terrible. That was overall a really bad world, but there's not much you can do about it. This game punches you up in the gut a lot, and you kind of just have to learn to accept it. The sword is not the best in this game. This is Waterfall Cavern. It's everyone, every KH1's fan worst nightmare platforming, but that wasn't too bad. It's actually not. Can go a lot worse, so I'm happy it didn't. That kind of ended the first cycle of the worlds. As I said, you don't have to do Olympus Coliseum. It is a skippable world. The only thing you're really missing out on is Thunder. So we actually never get Thunder in this one. Or this one, because it is collected in the 2 worlds you skip. So we're deciding where to go next, and the route to get back to where we need to go, Traverse Town, is go through the Wonderland Gummy and then go through the Traverse Town Gummy. Right now we don't have the Warp Gummy, so we have to go to these worlds. We have to go through these worlds without a warp, so we kind of have to just do these worlds, or just do these gummy missions. But this is definitely the most boring part of the game. Oh, fuck. That's to mean, like, not even. What is happening? He's talking good. You? Please. Please. Oh my. Let's see. Just gonna leave. Oh. Be time. Thank God. Oh my fucking. Please, no. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. So why do I? Oh, I have a. Wait. Are you serious? Oh my god, I got it. I don't have an ether. Oh, I must have picked it up in... Fight. Not bandit fight. It's fine. Looks like we had some tech difficulties. Oh my goodness, and I start off with a failure. Okay. Nothing new to me. Let's be honest here. Alright, cool. So, we just finished, what is this word? Agrava. It's terrible. Like, I'm sure nobody cares that they missed Agrava. It's a bad old. I play terrible in it too, so. So on our way out, we actually can die in this part. We just gotta hit these rocks, and eventually we'll die. So the things that you missed me selling a bunch of stuff, some high potions, some other equipment stuff that we've been getting throughout the entire game. Including that thing I picked up in Traverse Town because I lost the race. And we got, well, we need 1250 money, which we got. And then I put on Jungle King and White Fane over EXP necklace, gave Goofy EXP necklace, then went to the Magician study to get Simba, and then did some movement, unlocked the keyhole, got to the vacant house to talk to the Final Fantasy characters, and then got my gummy pieces, equipped those gummy pieces in the next gummy mission, including the gun, as you'll see here soon. Defeated some bandits, did some save warping, and got one cycle on Jafar, and now we're out here. We're out of this area, and now we're on our way to, yeah, we only missed all of Agrabah, which, to be honest, if there's one we're gonna miss, it's Agrabah. Nah, I'm playing. Obviously, it's kind of stinks, but I try to catch you up as best as I could. So here in this coming mission, we don't want to enter this portal. I think it sends you back to like Deep Jungle or Agrabah. I can't remember, one of the two. But we don't want to enter that one. It's because it won't take us to Monstro, which is the next world we're going to. Also, this is the gummy ship now. It's beautiful. Well, yeah. So yeah, this is just, you know, gummy missions. I think this might be the shortest world, non-tutorial wise, in the game. I don't know. So this is one of those text box things where we talk with the characters here. Monstro is the only walled in the game to not actually be stationed where it is on the map as it moves, but in 1FM, or at least this version, it's 100% consistent. That it shows up. Besides, like, you know, Kingdom Hearts 1, which, you know, which is late on this marathon, where there's a chance that you can miss it. So there's a trick coming up. I don't know if I'll get it, honestly, because I'm really bad at it, but yes. It's called Chamber 3 skip. We want to move to Chamber 2 here. You know, Keyblade. And I missed it. Okay, I was a little, I think, too far to the left. But the basic idea is you swing to Chamber 2 and then you jump towards the ledge, this ledge over there, and you grab it and then you go to Chamber 5. Just skips that little movement from Chamber 3 to Chamber 2. But it's only a 10-second time loss. It's not too bad. And it's not something that I really care about at this point.
Why do you...
So we're on our way to KH1. Pretty simple boss. A lot of combos. And what we're hoping for, hopefully you won't see it. Okay, we want him to not do a retaliation, but he only did one, so that's not too bad. Gonna jump down this hole. Oh cool, my thing's doing a thing. Oh well, been doing this like fucking forever. I don't know why, like, it's so dumb, but whatever. We're gonna put 3 wishes on. Put Scan, Hurricane Blast, and MP Haste on. Put High Jump on. And on to the next boss. We have to do this movement because that just jump is no longer a thing. So this is Parasite Cage 2. Same idea as Parasite Cage 1. And of course Donald messes it all up. Oh, shoot. Okay, we got it. I forgot about the MP thing. So that's Monstro. Like I said, fairly easy wall. So we need to go back to Monstro. before my thing has decided to absolutely go freaking bananas. Apologize for this. I don't know why this does this. This has been doing this for the last month, 2 months. I don't know what to say. I literally don't have any words for that nonsense. Thanks, Hyper. But that bitrate problem has been happening for like 2 months, and I have not found out a single fix for it. So I was kind of hesitant on doing this, but I signed up for it, so move on. Oh well. So this is Halloween Town. Either this or Neverland are my least favorite world in the game. So we got a power up, like I said, power is pretty important, or strength as I guess it's called. Strength is pretty important. So if we can find more strength, that's always nice. The main reason I hate this world is the backtracking that you have to do. There's a lot of, you know, going to one place and then going to another place and then coming back to that. Like go to point A, then go to point B, and then go back to point A, and then go back to point B, and then eventually go to point C. It's just very annoying in my opinion. So hopefully I remember this. So we want to put on Way of Light, and then, whoops, where am I? Okay, this is kind of crazy. Put on both ethers from Jack, and then put on the power up. Because this world deals a lot with magic, we want to make sure that we have at least one ether to use. So this is the first fight in the world. A lot of Blizzard. Blizzard's really good in this world. And we kill all those guys. And then skip the cutscene. And for whatever reason, if you're too close to the door or the entrance of this area, you actually don't spawn the cutscene. You have to be a certain distance to the trigger. For like, if you're in front of the trigger, you won't spawn it. This is actually pretty good. I just have to make sure I don't make a mistake. There we go. Okay. And there. Dodge roll, cool. Okay, so we got the enemies, which I'm happy about. And then we got the skip.
This should help.
Okay. So if you jump on those two graves, you can actually skip fighting the rest of the enemies. And that part, that gravestone part, is random. So you just hope for pretty good luck. Have to open that chest because it's a event or a special item, key item, that you have to, you know, continue the game with. Talk to Dr. Finkelstein one more time, and then we should be out and on our way to the next world. the next part of the world. Hit this fire pillar. Nice, we got the enemies. You either want either hear that enemy spawn, or you want to see your command menu turn red. If you don't, that means you got black fungus and you have to leave the room and re-enter it. So that's nice that we got that. And then we're on our way to community climb. That happens sometimes, I don't like it. This is a lot harder than you might think, just because KH1's movement and jumping is really clunky. Okay, that fight stinks. But it's way better than the old stop strat. Where we stopped the kids and did combos on them. I'm gonna hit that. Put on White Fane. Is there anything else? I don't think so. No. And air combo plus. Wasora. I think I'm thinking ahead too much here. That can happen sometimes. Think ahead a little too much. So this is Oogie. I really don't have any feelings toward this fight. Like at one point I really hated the fight, and then now I think I'm just neutral to the fight. I didn't get the extra damage. So we want to hit those things. We want to hit the dice. Are you cool? Dude, Oogie tried to show me. One hit, baby. Oh well, that was actually not as bad as I thought. Sometimes that fight can just go terribly. Like you can be chasing Oogie for like 3 minutes, just hoping, like trying to get down on Goofy off the platform you're on. And sometimes you kind of just have to be like, okay, you know, just accept that you're going to get down a little Goofy. But that, all in all, that wasn't too bad. So this is also where both of these fights impacted by that menu we did after LSB. These guys, these orb things, these blob orb things, take, I believe, 5 hits with White Fane and Air Combo Plus, and they take 6 without them. Or they take 6 with one and not the other. So if like you put White Fane on but you forget Air Combo Plus, it takes 6. I'm not sure what happens if you forget White Fane and put it on Air Combo Plus. That's misjump, you can't see it because my bitrate is amazing. Come on back. I know you can do it. This is also why I haven't streamed in like a month. Okay, so we're done with Halloween Town. Be up. Anyways, on to probably the thing that keeps people away from this category. This is hook ship. There's a 25% chance, a 1 in 4, that you get it, and it's due to the fact that since we did not complete Atlantica, the game is trying to tell us that we didn't do what's intended, and so you have to complete a combination of Halloween Town, Monstro, and Atlantica, and we pick Monstro and Halloween Town because those are the shortest. Atlantica, it's not terrible, but it's not great either, and it doesn't give you a lot of benefits towards beating it. So I got it. So clap for RNG. Congratulations, game, you did it. So we have to complete Neverland to finish the game and, you know, progress the story. But you can either do a combination of Halloween Town, Monstro, or Atlantica. You can pick 2 of the 3, or if you do all 3 before Neverland, you get Neverland 100%. So that's why people never thought that you could miss it, because sure everyone that played this game did all 3 worlds.
You don't say.
So we're gonna keep the default party. I'm gonna put stop on triangle. I feel comfortable there. And we're going to change some customization for Goofy, his support attacks to consistently, and Peter Pan, his MP items to immediately. See why I do the Pan thing at the end of this world.
What is it, Tink?
So we're coming up to probably my least favorite fight in mid-game. I mean, it's at least top 3 of my least favorite fights. I'm not sure, you know, what I would classify as my least favorite. It's kind of just a, you know, what is the worst at that time, and I kind of roll with it. This is anti-Sora. Now there is a stop strat, but I'm electing not to do it, because I am not good at this game. Ow. So the whole point of this fight is not to let him go into this corner. Sora, can we not? What is happening? Well, I cannot stop missing. Well, I cannot stop missing. Oh my gosh. Well, I cannot stop missing. What is happening? I can't stop. Wow, that was just awful. And there's, I mean, I didn't play it amazingly, but I love how this game is trolling me now. Like, it's not like I have enough to deal with right now. That, 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 and that. Okay. So that was I don't know. It's either that or Halbashing 2 is the biggest menu in the game, and that's kind of setting up pretty much everyone for the rest of the game. Not completely for the rest of the game, but a good chunk of abilities for the characters for the rest of the game. We want Peter Pan in because Donald's terrible, and this is our first usage of Simba. I cannot speak. This is our first usage of Simba. Like I said earlier, he's a good crowd control device and pretty good for waves of enemies, and this is one of the first waves of enemies. Ah, he did the bad attack. Oh, no, there we go. Nice, okay. Not too bad, he charged, but kind of random when he charges. So this is Hook. I don't like this fight either. If he starts to be a pain and gets away. Oh my god, how did that hit me? Because of that thing behind Hook, the battleship. Battleship is terrible. Okay. Just die. Okay, that wasn't too bad. So that was the end of Neverland, and we're on our way to... Well, first we got to hit Big Ben 3 times, get Flare G and do a quick menu, and then we're on to Travis Town again to fight Opposite Armor, who back when everything crashed, we actually skipped because it was not good for us to fight him at that point. Better to fight him or us to fight him now because we're a lot stronger and we have a lot more tools to deal with him. So here we are gonna just go over here, put Fairy Hop on, Glide on, and we're gonna put Oz and God on. Pretty much everything in that menu is good and gonna be used for a while. And we also picked up the Flare G, an even faster engine for Gummy Ship. Going back to Travis Town. Going to pick up the Dumbo summon and then go fight Opposite Armor. I'll talk to the Fairy Godmother, get Dumbo, and then on our way to the accessory shop. Camera's kind of bad. Gummy Ship, and before we enter, I don't know why, but I've started to put Flare G here, so I'm going to do that because what my muscle memory tells me to do. Also, the shout out to the ship named Highwind. So on our way to accessory shop. And we're gonna see our first usage of Ars Arcanum in this one. First, we need to make our way over to the bell tower, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes that happens and not everything spawns. But not a bad fight. Build everything with the Oz Arcanum. Gotta ring the bell 3 times and then fight opposite armor. Opposite armor was really dumb. It's starting to become one of my least favorite fights just cause like sometimes he just doesn't want to be nice. And it's kind of annoying. Oops. That's in it. So that's God ammo is really easy. Really easy. Let's see how nice he is. Gonna guard that first attack and then throw in an Oz. Knock off the first piece. See how nice he is today? Oh, he's being a kind of jolly. This is what he did for me in practice before my run. Killed that thing, so that's nice. Okay, good. Goofy's using Tornado, and that was actually really good. And he's using Tornado again. Really good fight. I'm actually pretty happy about how that fight went. I'm gonna talk to Sid, and now that we have all of the gummy pieces we've collected throughout the game, he is gonna go work on a ship. And then we can progress on our way to Hollow Bastion, my favorite world in Kingdom Hearts 1. Casually at least. I don't know, it's fine, speedrun wise, it's got some cool strats. So, on our way to Hollow Bastion, and we're kind of talking about how, hey, there might be some, you know, trinities and puppies and other things we may have not collected, but obviously this is an 8%, we don't care about that kind of thing in this category. Chip and Dale will bother us that there might be a tournament being held somewhere, and if you actually have the Coliseum there, they'll be like, hey, there's a tournament being held at the Coliseum, but we don't care about that. So there are 3 gummy missions left, I believe. This gummy mission, Hollow Bastion 2, and End of the World. Yeah. So there's 3 gummy missions left. The rest is warping. Alright, so we're in Hollow Bastion. Definitely the best music in the game. I don't think there's much of an argument. For some reason, Sora feels like he knows this place, has a weird feeling in his heart why he knows this place so well. But Donald kind of is like, maybe it's just because you're hungry. For that cutscene, Sora and Riku meet up again. We haven't seen Riku since the end of Monstro. And so we find out that he can also wield the Keyblade, so we are Keybladeless for right now. We're also going to take Air Combo Plus off because I do not like it for the upcoming Riku fight. And so Beast is going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Thankfully we only have to fight one thing in this entire area before we get our Keyblade back. And to note that if you somehow didn't have Fairy Hop on before this fight, you would not have a chance to equip Fairy Hop for the fight. Your Keyblade is whatever you last had equipped. So if you forgot and you're down here, whatever your Keyblade was is what you're gonna fight with. So this is a puzzle, it's pretty easy, not gonna lie. Let's see, are we gonna get it? Are we going to get it? One gravity, a beast attack, and we didn't get it. So there is a 0.2% chance that that defender drops its shield. And it's literally the greatest thing ever. I think I've had it happen once. It's on my YouTube channel. I've had the wizard relic like maybe 3 times, I think. 2 or 3 times. So those are both the item or the weapons you can get from that fight. The wizard and defender enemies. Oh my god. Okay. So obviously that puzzle's done, and now we are on our way to fight Riku. Also, why we only have Beast. The Beast is because Donald and Goofy were told follow the Keyblade, and since Riku has the Keyblade, they have followed him to wherever he's going. And so we are on our way up to them to stop Riku and get our friends back. Now, honestly, I really don't want them, but, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Goofy's kinda useful at the end of the game. So this is Riku 1. This is my least favorite fight in this world. Yes, I actually like Riku 2 more than Riku 1. I think Riku 1 has too many random elements to it. Mostly what you're seeing right now. This fight relies a lot on that person right there. It relies a lot on Goofy because of Tornado. And if he doesn't use Tornado at all, or if he doesn't use Tornado effectively, it can be a very bad fight because Riku 1 doesn't stagger. either at all or very easily. I don't think he staggers. So that's why I have air combo plus off, because I end up doing mostly a lot of air combos, and I don't like that extra air combo. So I just put it back on after the fight. So this is another puzzle, fairly easy, as we only need 2 books. And something like Jiminy's Journal, this is actually a little more difficult. Not too hard, but you have to open a couple more places with books and stuff to get, I believe, puppies. So we're back in the entrance hall. Oh, there we go. Goofy. Oh, nice. That can happen sometimes. You want to try to finish your combos on the ground with those pots, but sometimes a party member can jump up and knock you down, so that's what happened there. Also, I believe this is our first Red Trinity because no waterway Red Trinity. I believe that's our first Red Trinity. I could be on though. So obviously we want to be throwing fires in the air because the recovery time is a lot better than on the ground. Also, main reason I have fire on squares because it's a lot. It feels nicer on my hands, pushing the face buttons. Tony Hawk. Same thing with stop on triangle. It was kind of like I started doing it, I liked it, and I kind of never went back because I never went to maybe a better setup for somebody because it's comfortable to me. So that puzzle's done, and now we're making our way up to Maleficent. But first we gotta fight some enemies. See how this fight goes. This fight can go kinda trashy. Okay, there's a stop, a gravity, and 2 fires. Fires if you want to be specific. And that allows us to glide over here and hopefully, perfect, despawn the other wyvern and get the haste 2G. I believe that was Rebel Watt who found that. I could be mistaken because I'm really bad with keeping up with new strats and who found them. But I believe that was Rebel Watt who found that stop gravity double fire strat on the wyvern. So this is the elevator. Like I pretty much said, air combos good. We want to try to do mostly air combos, and I'm specifically positioned there because of that right there. Goofy is sometimes really good, but even if he doesn't use Tornado, Donald and Goofy can knock that wizard out. So as you can see, I am putting my cursor on Dumbo. The way that this game works is once you have something set, unless you die or leave the world, it will be set for the rest of the world. So as you can see, when I went to my magic, I already had gravity set because I had it already set from the beginning of the world when we went to go kill the defender. So that's just a thing that you might see someone do, is putting a magic or an item or a summon in basically a hotkey in it, remembering the game, remembering its input. So as soon as I go into summon, I don't have to touch any buttons except for X, but I don't have to like fumble with my D-pad, and I don't have to move up and down with Dumbo. So this is Dumbo. I love this summon. this has cut so much time out. This has been in the strat for a while, but it cut so much time out when it was first introduced into the route. I mean, that was not fun back in the days before Dumbo. You had to fight so much more extra stuff, and you had to actually know how to get through the area. So this is Maleficent. He's weird in this game, or this version of the game. So we want to do an Ars Arcanum and not actually destroy her or finish her. And we want to do 1, 2, 3s. What is happening? Okay, that was weird. I told you this fight's weird. I don't know what happened. I think one of them kind of did something. Sometimes Donald Goofy can kind of be weird with that fight. But basic strategy with Maleficent is don't use finishers and you'll be good. Now keep in mind, gravity is a finisher. If she gets hit with a gravity, she will teleport. I've seen it. It's not fun. This is Dragon Mouth. I'm going to concentrate. And hopefully this happens. I get the strat. Ah, fuck. Okay. So, excuse me. But, yeah. That's unfortunate. What happened was I didn't do a 6th hit on one of them. I only did 5, so I didn't have enough MP to get the final, block of MP I needed. So, as you can see, that is a very precise strat. But is it incredibly fast if you get it? I just messed up. I didn't have a 6th hit. Basically, you want to do 6 hits in between your stops. So you want to use a stop, do a full combo, which is 4 hits, and then 2 more hits, and then another stop. And you have to let one of the stops finish and have her take damage. But since I only did 5 hits one of the times, I was not able to get the MP needed to finish off. But that's fine. Like I said, it's a precise strat and something that if you are, you know, pretty worn in, it's not too bad. If you're a little rusty, it could be a problem. So this is Riku 2. Like I said, I think this fight's way better than Riku 1. Because he gets stunned with attacks. I do not like the position I'm in right now. Nice, let's go, baby. So yeah, so there is a 5-hit strat, but I don't know, I just kind of went with that strat. Whatever I feel comfortable, honestly, if Sora is like, you know, having good air combos, I do just a normal 4-hit, and the 4th hit, he retaliates. But sometimes it happens where sometimes I do 2 hits and then 2 other hits just because Sora's kind of being a mess, but it's not too bad. So that was fine. Obviously, you'd like to have a little bit of a better world, but honestly, I'm playing this game in like a week or 2, and it's a marathon one, so I don't really care. I'm not really like I've kind of just not really cared that as much anymore about like how I'm playing. So no, I don't really care. So now we're Shadow, we're Albert. and we're making our way down to where we fought WQ1, and then we're going to make our way to Travis Town 4, so I couldn't think of that for a second. Our final trip to Travis Town, and then back to Hollow Bastion to finish that up, because we actually didn't seal the keyhole.
Tell me what.
So now we're transported back to Travis Town, and we are going to talk to Sid once, go to Magician Study, talk to Merlin, go down to the waterway area, because like we have still never opened that area up. So we have to get another way down, and thankfully Merlin has an access to the waterway, and then we're gonna get Oathkeeper and then go back and talk to Sid. So there's going to be a lot of save warping here as we go from the accessory shop to save warp to the Magician Study. I almost used a Megalux, so that would have been tragic. Going to the Magician Study, talking to Merlin, going to the cavern, getting Oathkeeper, coming back up, save warping back to the accessory shop, talking to Sid, and then warping out of the world completely. So I think that was a gummy piece, so we talked to Kyrie here. And if you watched other marathon ones, you know that cutscene. So we get Oathkeeper, which will be our final Keyblade in the game. We don't pick up Divine Rose because even though it's a very good Keyblade, it's only a good strength Keyblade, and since we've gone with a mage route, Divine Rose really isn't a good Keyblade for the route we currently run on. We used to use Divine Rose back when we were like first running this category, before we learned about like Oathkeeper and you know, the mage like route. We are going to use Keyblade swings. We're just going to use some magic and having some, you know, good magic. A good mage Keyblade is what we want, so we're gonna rock with Oathkeeper. Even though there are better magic Keyblades, this is just the best overall. This has good strength and good magic. So we're gonna put on Haste 2G, and that is our final gummy menu of the game, as we're going to go to Hollow Bastion 2. Take that portal. And our second to last gummy mission. Thankfully these are almost open. Like I said, these are really nice because I never really I never chose to rank KH3, but I've heard those gummy missions are pretty good. But out of the two main KH games I play, this is way better. I love these a lot better. I know a lot of people casually do not like these because, you know, they are pretty boring. But obviously as a speedrunner, I love these gummy missions. I think it's the best way, or best one to have, or to do without having, or with having gummy missions. So quit out. Yes, that's a thing. You can quit out when that screen transition happens, or you'll see when KH1 original is shown later, you'll see them actually die because it is pointless to go through the rest of that dummy mission. So here we are back in Hollow Bastion 2, and Beast says he wants to go along with you, and we are actually going to take that advice and go with Queen Beast along because he's actually a very good party member. He does a lot of good damage and can clear out a lot of some waves of enemies, especially on the elevator fight is probably where he is best utilized. So once again, we're going to basically hotkey Dumbo. So when we roll up to this area, I can. Sometimes it's. Whoops, jeez. Sometimes it's hard to spawn the enemies, but we're gonna spawn those enemies and summon Dumbo and make our way up this way. Grab this ledge because Dumbo has just enough height to grab for us to grab that ledge, and then we are going to turn on use this switch and get back to the elevator. And we're gonna do one of our last big menus of the game. We are going to put on gravity, and then we are going to put on take off treasure magnet, put on leaf bracer, take off lunge for Beast, put on crit plus, take off tornado for Goofy, second win, second chance, MP rage, MP gift, leaf bracer and cheer for Donald, Oathkeeper, and that's it. Yeah, okay. We don't have the other thing. Okay, so that's a pretty big menu. Taking off treasure magnet because we really don't need it, and leaf bracer is a very good ability. For those, maybe who don't know, leaf bracer basically we are allowed to use a cure spell without getting hit. Critical plus, Beast basically just does more critical hits. And we take off lunge because we don't want him. We want him to try to do the war attack, the bellow attack. For Goofy, we took off tornado just because it kind of clogs our inventory. We will abilities. We will put it back on later. We put on second win, second chance, MP rage, MP gift, which are all pretty sure he's gonna have the rest of all of them on for the rest of the game. And for Donald, we put leaf bracer and cheer, so when he uses cure, he doesn't get hit as well. And we put on Oathkeeper, like I said, and we also put gravity on triangle because we no longer need stop, and gravity is going to be a much better magic than stop. Stop kind of becomes irrelevant after Dragon Maleficent, just because we're having a higher magic stat throughout the game, and so we don't want stop to go. We don't want to have to use stop and have them be stopped forever. Dumbo one more time here, and perfect 3 for 3, and we're going to make our way to the behemoth fight. Also a point to know that, as you can see, the only thing appearing in my little triangle during combat is Ars Arcanum or Arcanum. That is because it's the only ability that we have for sword that utilizes the triangle button. There are some like Strike Raid, Sonic Blade, Ragnarok. But since those are pretty useless abilities, not in every category, but for this category, they're all pretty much useless. We want to not. First, it takes up a lot of MP, or AP, excuse me. And two, it takes up a lot of space in our little abilities or our little triangle. When we're hitting triangle, we don't want to like throw out an Oz or, a Ragnarok or a, oh my goodness, I got launched off, or a Strike Raid or whatever. We want to do this. So Beast has some ethers and Goofy has MP gift. For a cost of couple of Goofy's MP, he will give us MP. As you can see, just threw it right there. And this is kind of a terrible fight. This game is, in case you didn't know, has not aged the best. There's still obviously a lot, but I said earlier, I would not change it for anything in the world. Like, this game is perfect this way. I mean, maybe but I don't want this game to be an Unreal Engine game. I don't think it works the same way. I think that's why it has its charm of the exploration, the tough movement, you know. I know a lot of people don't like that, but I rather jump up and down, you know, waterfall cavern than slow motion up it.
We may never meet again, but we'll never forget each other.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again. Besides, I couldn't forget you even if I wanted to.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hurry! Come and close the keyhole!
Sora, good luck.
Good old unskippable cutscenes. I love them. But yeah, this is the only, well, not the only. I don't know why I said the only. This is one of 3, I believe, unskippable cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix. The opening, which is actually skippable on Xbox. So if we want to talk about PS4, there are 3. And Xbox, there are 2. But in terms of the speed run, there are 1 for the Xbox and 2 for the PS4 version. Because the third one is a quick segment, cutscene between Belle and Beast when you get Divine Rose. But that's nice. That's why, like, that's part of why I like that's part of why I'm not like too mad at the length of this category, because if it was like any shorter, I'm like, why even have the bathroom break? But if it was any longer, I'm like, I kind of want multiple bathroom breaks, which is what you have with KH2. I think a lot of people are like, man, KH2 is so long, but it's like, yeah, but you also get like 2 or 3 good bathroom breaks in that game. For something like BBS that was just shown, that's only an hour game, so that's not like a game that I'm gonna be like, man, I need like 30 bathroom breaks. So, it's a pick and choose system with the Kingdom Hearts series and its bathroom breaks. But I do appreciate there is 1 in here. So this is the end of the world, and this is probably like the worst enemy to start off the world with. These dinguses. If you've ever won this game, you know what I'm talking about. See, I would be mad, but since this is just a no reset one, I don't really care. So, meet Invisibles. They are bad. They are so bad. Thankfully, we're on beginner, so they're not like super threatening, but they're still annoying. So these are angel stars, a little less annoying than little less annoying than invisibles, but still pretty annoying. But I do not like this world. Like, it's fine, like it's an interesting world, and it's got like, it's the, you know, the finale of the story, but it's speedrun wise, a lot of the fights are just not fun. So now, an interesting thing that the designers of this game did is they made this boss, which we just fought, now a heartless, basically. So it is now weak to, well, you can use like you can use gravity, and it'll take a ton of damage. The reason why we didn't do gravity before is because the behemoth that you fight is not affected by gravity because it's a boss. Wait, there we go. Okay. I think yes, I did everything correctly. Okay. Wow, my muscle memory. This is what happens when you run a game for almost 7 years. 6.5 years. Your muscle memory just kind of takes over. Yo, thanks for the Luxus. Simba! I think I'm like the only person in the history of this game that has messed this up multiple times. Like, I think I'm almost at double digits messing that fight up. It's fantastic. Also, Atlantica's in the... I lied, Atlantica is in the run. It's right here. So yeah, the portals, for those who don't know, is all of the worlds you didn't seal. So obviously we didn't seal Olympus, Atlantica, or 100 Acre Wood, so we got to do those worlds. Most people did them anyways, but if you completed all the worlds, you don't actually have to go in them. Best portal in the game. Is this? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, that was good except that guy. Oh well. It is Kingdom Hearts 1. Like I said, when you run this game for almost 7 years, you kind of just accept things. Yeah, those are the worlds you don't lock. But no one knows it because everyone went in the wall, all of the wolves casually. Because I think one of Gims gives you Mighty Shield in FM. I believe Neverland gives you Mighty Shield, which is like a really good shield for Goofy. I believe it's a Final Mix exclusive shield. So this is Chernobog. I literally don't have any other wolves for this fight. There's Leaf Bracer coming in to walk. Not bad. Super Glide. Thankfully, we finally get. It takes us almost 2 hours and 8 minutes to get a good movement ability in this game. What the macaroni and cheese was that? I still didn't use that either. Let's go, baby. Oh my god. Mind you, I almost have a 250 in this category. 15 in this category. I still don't know how I pulled it off, to be honest with you. Are you serious? Just throw it because I don't want to have to mess with my items later. That was a mess, but whatever. So fire is really good on these guys. Alright, that's fine. Gonna glide over here, bring down on Goofy with us by hitting the triangle button. I should have mentioned that triangle, if you mash it without like an Oz Arcanum, you bring. Can I please have a? Thank you. And Goofy can kind of. Oh my goodness. No, that was Goofy. You. That was a mess. That can happen sometimes. You gotta see why I hate Goofy in this game. He's absolutely fantastic. I love him. He's got MP gift. It's only when he decides to throw it is when I like him. And of course Donald died, but that's nothing new. So this is the best use of Simba ever. It's 5 waves and they all just go down. Which is why I said there's really no use for Simba in the early game. Because there's not a fight like this or fights like these that have like 3 to 4 waves of enemies. So we put Ray of Light for MP Regen Air Combo Plus, put Raven's Claw on Sora, and put Ray of Light on Goofy. And that is our second to final menu. Our final menu will be coming after the worst Ansem fight in the game. Yes, I think this is worse than Ansem 2. Because at least I get to control Ansem 2. For the most part. It's literally, I can flip a coin and Either I get to control this fight or I don't. It's fantastic. How did that hit me? Of course, he's in the corner, and I wasn't able to. Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I put items and finish up Goofy after Anthem 1. Because I think it's mainly because of the the AP, I believe. So this is Darkside 3. Nice, okay, I got item list. Oh, not item list, Oz list, Jesus. Alright. Let's go, buddy. Submit, you. No, this is what happened in practice. Oh my gosh, this is what happened in practice. Oh my goodness, Sora. Let's go at it. Let's get it! Stupid idiot. Let's get it, baby. You're not trolling me tonight. God, that happened twice. The same thing happened in practice. So that was Ansem 2. He has 2 barriers, which you saw me DM skip barriers, which I skipped over both of them, which is obviously very good. I like to have Ansem at basically 2 hits before his next Ansem 2 hits before his next boss starts, because that way that's a I'm more confident in myself that I can stun him with the Ars Arcanum. So I actually don't think I don't think Anthem 2 is the hardest fight of the Anthems. I actually think Anthem 1 and Anthem 3 are the most annoying. Anthem 1 because Donald and Goofy and the terrain is just absolutely terrible. And Anthem 3 because the lasers can kind of mess with you if you're not careful. Like, you can easily die if you're not careful with Ansem 3. Come on. I don't like this fight, by the way. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. I've never seen that thing live. I've never seen that thing live. Artillery's doing it again. Finding a way to troll without killing me. I hate dark balls. This is the face. Trying not to do finishers, and I'm trying to watch my health. I abuse Leaf Blazer like crazy in this fight. Because of that right there. That's why I love Leaf Blazer. Just because you can kind of just sit in front of his face and attack him without real problems. This is Invisibles. I mean, you've seen them all, Wold. Can I please? Thank you. Okay, that's good. Dodging bullets. 2 Mega Elixirs left. So, I'm gonna heal just to be safe, and I'm not gonna bother. Okay, just gonna do this. Nice. Goofy's really good in this fight, and we're gonna have time coming up. Time. All right. You know what? I'll take that. Considering what all went down, I'll take a 220, 47. That's not too bad. And also considering I hadn't played the game in like a week. Thanks. Yeah, that's Kingdom Hearts 1. Obviously, I do not by any means call myself the best. I've never really been that type of person. But I finally got the goal that I had been searching for pretty much ever since I got E216, which was the English record of this game, beating this game fastest on the leaderboards.
is futile.
So
The Keyblade
that
of
one is also
cannot
on my
see
YouTube
the door
if
to
you'd like to check it out.
Kingdom Hearts.
So that's Kingdom Hearts 1. I mean, it's the game, the first Kingdom Hearts game obviously I ever played. Story's still great, gameplay's still great. It's the game that turned me from just a, hey, I might do this every once in a while, to a, hey, I might do this more than once in a while. I mean, I've met friends, I've gone to events. I don't want to sound cheesy, but speedrunning kind of really changed my life. I wasn't someone who kind of talked to a lot of people. I maybe had like 3 or 4 real friends that I hung out and talked with. And to find out that there is an entire community around this series and
Come on!
people hosting marathons like this that you're seeing is why I really haven't quit. I've thought about it, but I was like, why? Why give up a friend, friendships I've made, competitions I've had with people? Hey, look, this looks familiar. This looks familiar. But no, I've legit had a blast, and as long as I am still on this earth, I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So thank you, Violin, for having me. Thank you for watching. If you'd like, you can go follow me. I might try to get back into running, and streaming, but we'll see. But enjoy the rest of the marathon. This has been in the works for a while, and there's a lot of great runs and a lot of great runners over the next week. So please continue to watch. Stick around. Violin himself is going to be doing a run. So thank you once again, Violin. I appreciate it.
But
Don't worry. There will always be a door to the light.
Sora, you can trust King Mickey.